shall prevail.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Starfyre Gaming. I am Sir Joseph and this is Warhammer 40k Rouge Trader. We are in this area here. We had just talked to Malice, this snake-looking dude, but we backed out of the conversation because we were going to run too long. So let's go and take a look around before we talk to the snake dude.
Follow my lead.
%32 medicine. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We can't medicine anything. All right, we can't go there. Okay, I guess there's nothing. Well, let's go to the other side too. 55% tech use. Alright, there appears to be nothing here to deal with.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Go back and talk to the snake guy again. Wasting no time, you approach the scaled leader of this rabble. You are Malice, I take it? His serpentine head turns towards you with inhuman fluidity, his forked tongue tasting the air. I am Malice. You are an inconvenience. Get lost, or you'll find out how Malice deals with inconveniences, humanling. I require aid. I am wounded. Oh, excuse me. What makes you think I care? No, don't answer. I don't care what makes you think that. Lovely day we're having, isn't it? He casts a sidelong glance at you and says skeptically, "Not for you, by the looks of it." You're right. I could use the services of a healer. So go and look for them elsewhere. Well, since I can't really pay, I mean, we don't have access to our wealth. Ugh, excuse me, yawning a bunch here all of a sudden. Help me, I beg of you. He responds in a mocking yet satisfied tone. You beg? Go ahead, show me. I like it when they grovel before me. Not a chance. His expression changes to that of a lazy annoyance as he brushes you off half-heartedly. Then go and die with your kin. Killing you would be too boring. I can pay you handsomely for your assistance. You have nothing. Don't waste my time. The Xenos keeps his attention focused on the Drukhari, but his scaled fingers holding an elegant-looking injector clench in displeasure. He speaks slowly and indolently like a snake about to enter a brumation. I'm not sure what brumation means. Only a 30% chance to shoot shoot the Drukhari in the head. I will render valuable services in exchange for assistance. What use could you be to me? Xenos yawned sleepily, his mouth opening disproportionately wide. But if you want to serve, I have a task for you. The den's temperature is controlled by an atmospheric convector. The scavenger who sold it to me forgot to mention that it was faulty. Unfortunately for him, he was unable to repair it. Now the scavenger is dead, and I have to suffer the discomfort. My race is cold-blooded. We like our nests warm. None of my gang have the knack for hardware. So if you can fix the convector, I'll take pity on you. Smug and mocking, Malice stares at you unblinkingly. I'll take care of your problem. Hurry, looking at your wounds, you don't have long to get the job done. I see. He gestures with his fingers imperiously, as if dismissing you. The motion is slow and full of sweet sluggishness. Step away. This looks like a heater thing here, and I looked everywhere else, and there was nothing anywhere else. And this has the tack use, so... only a 55% chance.
I did fine.
Emphasize power that is tech subtle, even... that his tech litanies subdue even the twisted spirits of... okay, so it worked. Wasting no time, you approach the scaled ringleader of this rabble. Xenos is clearly more comfortable now. The sleepy torpor induced by the low temperature has been replaced with the languid ease of an undisputed leader in his element. The convector has been repaired. Help me. Why should I? Malice looks at you with contempt. The convector's fixed already. What's the point in helping you? The little strength you had left in your body has run out. You collapse to the floor, and the darkness that nearly extinguished your mind permanently envelops your vision once more. Through the drumbeat of your harm, you hear Malice's voice from somewhere far away. Fine. Patch up the humanling. He's proven to be more useful than the rest of you put together. Sensation slowly returns to you. Your body is still in pain, but you are no longer on the brink of death. Your wounds have been crudely closed with metal clamps, and your throat is pocked with injector tracks, as though you have been wearing a neck pillow of needles. That sounds very uncomfortable. The one who rendered this first aid to you was certainly not a qualified chirurgeon, someone who would typically be permitted to minister to the to the person of the illustrious Rouge Trader. It looks like you're back with us. I don't know whether to offer my congratulations or commiserations. The scaled Xenos looks at you without the slightest deference. Wait silently for the Xenos to continue. Enough lying around. Get up and we will discuss how you are going to pay for your rescue. As soon as you stand up, you are seized by a strange sense of unreality. It is as if you are still there in the wicked darkness, and everything around you is merely a twisted mirage. Doubt seeps into your mind like a poison, sundering its contact with your body. You have to make a deliberate effort to hold on to the thought that you are you. What? Is your mind maggot giving you trouble? I saw it latch onto your spinal cord while you were being patched up. A fat, well-fed grub it was, with lots of teeth. It's dying now. They have a short lifespan, and that means its poison is especially toxic. You will lose touch with reality from time to time, and when your mind maggot dies, the final dose of poison will make you think your body is not your body at all, and then your heart will stop beating. Mind maggot's agony. Okay. I could have pulled that thing out of you, of course, but I thought, why should I? Consider it a guarantee of your gratitude towards me. When you've earned your healing, I'll release you from it. The lipless mouth stretches into a bloodthirsty grin. Who are you? I am Malice, and the rabble you see are my shriekers. We are gladiators, the breeding meat of the fatal thirst combat arena. We are the beasts who go out there and kill and to die in glorious deaths for the entertainment of the Dark City. And this den is our pleasure ground. Where am I? The snake-like Xenos hisses in satisfaction. Komarach, the Dark City, the underside of existence, the realm of the Drukhari. You heard of it, humanling? Why did you decide to help me in the end? You are a cocky whelp, but feeble like all members of your race. Your cockiness has not got you killed yet, which means you must be someone important, and you might be useful. What is a mind maggot? A kind of translucent slug. It is a parasite that can only be found on this side of reality. Mind maggots feed on your memory, and they inject toxic hallucinations into your mind to stop you resisting. Drukhari can train these creatures and use them to show their victims devious mirages. What do you want from me? Kill for me. Go into the mangled sector and find a freak called the Commissar, one of your kind, and spill his guts for me. Do that and you will earn my favor. And in the chasm, that counts for a lot. Who is this Commissar? A prisoner of the Drukhari who thinks too highly of himself. Instead of dying in the arena without any fuss, he is hiding, gathering other slaves of your race around him, and making pathetic plans to get his revenge. And many of your kind are listening to him. See how few humanling shriekers there are? They used to all come to me, but now they listen to the Commissar and no longer come. The Mangled Sector? What an off-putting name. It's an off-putting place. Makes sense? It's the base of the spire in which we live. Komarach is stitched together from scraps of various dimensions, and in the Mangled Sector, the seams are starting to rip. Space is collapsing in on itself, and anthropic radiation is off the scale, spawning all kinds of abominations, and the sector itself is slowly but surely turning into nothing. Some unhinged humanlings went there recently. What did they call him? Worsorian? He was old, but strong, and too loud. His visit probably stirred up all the freaks. You should be more careful and quieter than he was. Might be talking about Abelard. That would be my guess. You'd have to be insane to set foot in a place like that. Insane, or an outcast like the Commissar, hiding from the hunt, or you. Why do you want me to do it? I don't want to drag my whole gang into the Mangled Sector. The place would kill off 3 times more fighters than the Commissar's crew will. That means I need to send an assassin. The Commissar's fighters know my shriekers, but nobody knows you. And besides, you don't have a choice, which means you'll see it through to the end. I'm going to need a more serious weapon. Prove that you're useful first. Do this, and Malice will see that you have decent toys to play with. But not before. In the meantime, you can pick something out of that junk pile. Malice gestures to a container half full of shoddy equipment. Very well, I will kill him. Bring me his head. In exchange, I will share my toys with you. They make surviving Kamarach possible. And if you think of lying to me and running, when you're on the street, look out for a humanling dressed in red, with a cog on his chest and a face full of misery. See how he is dying alone with nobody to help him. Your death will be just the same. That, I'm guessing, is Pascal. Alright.
None shall stand in my way.
No, not that. This. Here we go. Alright.
I'll pass.
$22%. No, we're not going to mess with that. Tearing the fabric of space, sparkling with anthropic energy capable of unraveling the threads of matter itself. Some scrap chainmail, sword. Let's just bring everything over here. We don't have access to anything we get rid of, so let's keep everything we can. Got a las gun, a shotgun, a sniper rifle, pistol, and a knife. Let's grab the great sword. And let's go ahead and let's grab the las gun. And we'll need some armor. And that's about it.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Anything else available to us that we didn't have access to before? Nope. All right. Let's head out. Familiar sense of unreality rolls in, breaking your connection between body and mind. That's not the best thing in the world for us. All right. So we've got at least Pascal and Abelard out there somewhere. We know they're around. We still got, what is it, Cassia? Who else was with us? Abelard, Cassia, Juliet. Oh, and Argenta.
It's about time.
Looks like guards are no longer here. Bunch of shriekers. Let's go down this way, re-explore this area. There's a beggar there. Oh, we got to activate a switch thing. Yeah, let's see if there's anything new for us. Lore pour.
Follow my lead.
5%.
What in the world?
Shoot corpse. Ballistic skill 30. We're not the most shooty person in the world, but we can give it a shot. Maybe. Tech use only 15. We know Pascal's out here somewhere. Let's find Pascal. We can come back to this. And shoot the corpse thing.
Victory awaits!
Just a knife. Ugly beggar. The hideous mutant does not look as cocky as the last time you met. Armed and not bleeding from 100 wounds, you must be more formidable sight. How are you buying yourself a pair of boots? The beggar shows off his filthy legs and surprisingly decent boots. Your boots! Got my boots. Portal to the opera. We're not gonna. Profane device is designed to set an elevator into motion. Alright, the mangled sector. We don't want to go to the mangled sector yet. Somewhere up here is Pascal. And maybe Argenta.
None shall stand in my way.
And maybe Juliet? Though we're not sure about those. Shrieker, 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 shrieker. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Shrieker just stabbed that dude. A knife. Gets us through here at least.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Drakari. More tech stuff. We gotta find Pascal. There's a bunch of tech stuff here. Drakari. Tech use. Portal to the arena. Tech use.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
A bunch of Drakari. Tech use. Tech use.
A new challenge for me.
Drakari. Back. Flash of Searing Pain. Drakari, fighters. Another 15% tech use.
Victory awaits.
Tech. Tech. Well, you made it sound like I was going to run into Pascal.
Follow my lead.
Maybe I can try to go in here. Let's talk to Rack. Not this way, meat. Oh, alright. Well, I was hoping to find at least Pascal.
It's about
Argenta and
time.
Irliet were just kind of like wishes, but it made him. He's made it sound like we would find Pascal out on the streets here.
None shall stand in my way.
Just looking.
I won't tolerate weakness.
I'm not seeing Pascal anywhere. Well, this is disappointing.
A new challenge for me?
Well, we can go into the opera or we can go down. I guess we got to go to the mangled sector here. Look at our clue quests here. Maybe they've got some clues for us. Once this loads in. Alright. Find Pascal in the streets of Komarok. Save Abelard from the mangled sector. Well, he should be there then. Alright, so yeah, he should be there. I don't... This is upsetting. Retrieve the safe. 50%, huh? Alright, let's see if we can find Abelard here. Whoever tried to settle in this vile place, their fortunes did not carry them.
Follow my lead.
Yep, alright. Well, that athletics is 100% at least.
I rise to the occasion.
Abelard. You barely recognize your loyal seneschal, Abelard Warisian, in this pitiful, hunchbacked figure. His officer's bearing, his broad shoulders, his direct and piercing gaze, all gone without a trace. What you see before you is a decrepit, quivering old man rummaging through malodorous refuge and mumbling under his breath. It takes you a second to make sense of his hoarse lisp. Quathinra, love. White amasec and fruits. Of course, love. The children are making mischief again. Quatharina, where are you? The old man's frail voice is laden with tenderness and longing. Abelard? Oh, Quatharina! Abelard laughs faintly and immediately launches into a bout of coughing. Deep lines run across his face, and a blurry film of cataracts clouds his eyes. The drive stems are at it again. Another council session. Another appeal to the Logithiums. They will never be satisfied, love, until they make us and our children disappear. Perhaps we should just give in. You always say that the Dargonus is not your home, love. Abelard is looking past you at someone only he can see. There is a timid smile on his trembling lips. Would you like that, love? Would you rather leave? Leave it all behind? Go somewhere far away? Away from our toils? Seneschal, the Addendum Perfectorium Militarium to the Tactica Imperium states that an army officer of the Imperium who submits to third-degree Xenos influence or higher is to be considered a traitor and a heretic. I will have no heretics under my command, Seneschal. I order you to conquer this illusion at once. Get to it, officer! Abelard flinches. His brow furrows, and a glow lights up in his watering eyes. Heretic? I recommend that you brush up on your regulations before accusing an officer. The addendum premium random abolishes the Xeno-influence categorization, and therefore, his vision somewhat cleared, Abelard looks at you and takes a shuddering breath. Saints! Blood! Lord Captain! You're alive! With a groan, Abelard tries to straighten his hunched back. Thank the God, Emperor. Death has not found you yet. Then again, given the circumstances, it may be for the worst. What happened to you? Abelard is racked by an old man's hacking cough. The thrice-blasted Xenos simply chucked me aside like a piece of rubbish. I went to look for you, or for help, and I ended up here. This is where it found me, that thing. Memory fails me. All I can remember is bits and pieces and needles. It pumped something out of me and pumped something in. I seem to be in one piece, except that creature. Abelard tries to wipe the stained coat from with a trembling hand. How do I put this? Its needle siphoned its strength out of me. I feel older by a decade or two. He touches his face and exclaims in surprise. My word, I think I am older. That could be why I'm starting to see things. I never thought I'd live long enough to go senile. What was the thing that attacked you? He shudders. A spawn of nightmares so ghastly my mind refuses to picture a clear image of it. Nothing but meat, metal, and many, many needles. It feasted on me, feasted on my very soul. It would have devoured me whole if it hadn't gorged itself on another before me. We will find a way to restore your time to you, Seneschal. Pray, Lord Captain, there is enough strength in this body yet. Your Seneschal will not be so easily broken by some... He groans and clutches his side. I could just use a brief respite. Who is Quatharina? Abelard gives you a tense, embarrassed look. My late wife, Lord Captain. I think, in the time I wandered around here, my sanity may have suffered. Temporary lapse, I hope. It appears my mind can no longer stomach the kind of horrors this place has to offer. I saw her by my side. I saw a different time, a different place. Where are the others? I have not the faintest idea, your lordship. All I can say is, if I have managed to survive down here, the others stand a chance too. There were no weaklings in your retinue. I, for one, have had enough of this filth heap. It's time to move, Abelard. I could not agree more, Captain. I serve House von Valentius. Abelard salutes you with a shaking hand, and a ghost of his usual stern expression returns to his wrinkled face. All right. Well, Abelard leveled up. We won't worry about leveling up yet, but we've got to get him some gear. All right, 35, 0, 20, 0, 15. This looks best. Oh, let's see. We got a 5-7 axe and a 6-9 sword. So let's take the sword. Looks like that is going to be a better pistol. auto gun, 5/7 las gun, 30 dodge, 5 armor, 5 armor. Just gonna take the auto gun. Give him the boots. All right. Looking at a revolting puddle of ichor that reeks suffering, you can barely make out what reminds you of the bones of some unfortunate soul that appears to have been digested and regurgitated.
It's about time.
As indicated by the bloody trail, a body was recently dragged through here. Xenos, 10%. Yep, that's not going to be something we're going to get to. Oh, and we got to use demolitions to get to it. Yep. That's not something we're going to worry about. I really want to find Pascal.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
I think we should try to find Pascal before we deal with the Commissar. The otherworldly shimmers of nothingness promises peace and quiet. There's the Commissar.
Victory awaits.
Oh, and another beggar, killing another beggar. Get another knife to the collection. %30 Xenos lore. Let's not worry about that. Demolition. Not that I think having Pascal will help with that, but you never know. Now that we have Abelard. Safe over here. Looks it's still only a 55% chance, so. Let's give it a shot. Maybe we can get us safe out of this.
An expected result.
Yeah, we need
A
tech
new
use to open it.
challenge for
Okay. Argenta. Rouge Trader. Sister Argenta greets you with a glowing gaze and a confident smile. The God Emperor did not forsake his chosen one. I prayed that our paths would cross once more. Sister Argenta, thanks be to the God Emperor. You are here, and you look as prepared for the new trials as ever. Master Wercian, the loyal seneschal never abandons his Lord Captain, does he? I'm just glad to see you alive. She gives Abelard an encouraging smile. Argenta gestures at everyone around her. Your arrival is timely indeed. With the Emperor's chosen at our side, we can come out of hiding and exact vengeance on the enemies of humanity. But I shouldn't take up your time. Speak instead to the Commissar, the one who leads these valiant souls. He will tell you everything you need to know. What happened to you after we ran into that trap? My memory betrays me. I lost consciousness soon after they dragged us into the shadows. I came to in a filthy arena. They had set some clawed beast against me. When I slew it, they sent another. I killed them all, and one after another, and the unseen spectators demanded more and more. At last I had the opportunity. One of the beasts I fought damaged the enclosure, and I managed to escape the arena. You should have seen how quickly the scum who whooped and cheered from the stand set off after me. I forged a path with sword and bolter, and wandered for a long time in darkness. And then I wound up here, where a loyal servant of the Emperor found me, and gave me a chance to serve him again. Who is this commissar you speak of? A loyal servant of the Emperor, who has not lost the will to fight, even in this impenetrable gloom. He has mustered a resistance. Everyone who can hold a weapon and refuses to accept the fate of a toy in the clutches of vile Xenos. The dwellers of these dungeons are myriad, and most are lacking in soul, courage, or willpower. The Commissar and his associates seek out the true champions of the Imperium among them and prepare those people for the battle against the Xenos. Providence itself has brought me here. I assisted the Commissar in his search in hopes of finding you among the captives. I devoted myself to helping the faithful yet frail pluck up their strength and guiding the able yet desperate towards hope. And my efforts have already borne fruit. 2 squads have gone on a scouting mission to discover safe passage out of Camarog. Gesture to Argenta's audience. Who are these people? I found them, subjects of the Imperium who were taken to this den of misery and despair, scattered across this vast chasm. They were condemned to suffer for the amusement of enemies of humanity, but the beasts were wrong in thinking they would simply resign ourselves to fate. I share my faith in the future with them, the future that we will claim his name upon their lips. You will join me, will you not? Argenta looks at the people around her and nods. I have served the resistance for as long as I could. My duty to these people is done. It is high time I rejoined you and pursued my original mission. But first, allow me to offer a few final words of guidance to my flock. Argenta turns to her audience, and her voice fills with zealous fire. Servants of the Emperor, children of humanity, be strong in your resolve and pure in your faith, for the deliverance is at hand. Steel your hearts, for a great trial lies ahead of us all. But the reward for passing it is freedom. Alright, we now have Argenta with us. Let's do inventory on her as well. I guess she's going to get an auto gun and... oh, we give her heavy stubber. So 3 extra shots, 1 less point of damage, better armor penetration, shorter range, much more ammo. I think we'll keep her with the gun. There was a shotgun here, yep. Yeah, we'll give her the shotgun for close range. 16-15, 16-20, she'll get that. Alright. Got demolition.
Follow received.
There's the commissar. We could go ahead and talk to him. I'd much rather have Pascal with us. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to the commissar. A stately man in a commissar's coat and a tall service cap greets you with the sign of the Aquila and a solemn announcement. Another loyal servant of the throne has found his way to us through these confounded catacombs. Fear not. Approach. If you have faith in the Emperor, then you will find only allies here. Make the Aquila. The Emperor protects. Indeed, the Emperor protects. The commissar's imperious, booming voice repeats your call, and the rest follow suit. Look at the commissar. One might think that the archetypical commissar from Imperial Guard propaganda posters are all life drawings of this man. He has a large and powerful jaw. His eyes are hard and fearless. And the small scar over his brow adds a certain rugged charm to his features. His coat, though worn, has been diligently cleaned and mended, and the skull on his tall cap has been polished to a shine. Who are you? The man replies with clipped precision. Commissar Aiko Sotini. But my brothers and sisters in arms prefer to call me simply the Commissar. I was assigned to a regiment of the Vicentian Zauves? Probably not. And I fought in the battle for the world of Camalt Secundus, where I was wounded and taken prisoner while unconscious. Having recovered from my wounds, I carry on fighting the wicked Xenos as the head of the local resistance cell, which I founded. The Commissar's speech is vehement and decisive. My valorous comrades and I sabotage the enemy's activities while we devise our plan for escape. You must have faced many dangers here. The Commissars mutter scornfully. What power do compatible inhumans have to threaten true faith? What were the circumstances of your capture? We engaged the enemy on the world of Comet Secundus in the Marcaean marches of the Calixus sector. The loathsome foes of humanity were known to launch raids in the area, so we received orders to defend the good subjects of the Imperium. When the profaners descended upon us, we gave them no quarter. The enemy was routed, and our unit drove them back to their ships. Our counterattack drove a wedge into their advancing horde and thwarted the invasion. But it also meant that we were cut off on both flanks and surrounded. We fought valiantly for several hours to stop the enemy's ranks from reforming for a new onslaught, until we depleted our munitions reserves. By that time, our superior officers had already fallen. So I led my people on a bayonet charge. We taught the Xenos a lesson in blood, and then I have no memory of how the battle ended. I came to consciousness in this foul place, disarmed and on the verge of death. I thought I'd die, but it was not yet time for the Emperor to release me from his service. What does your resistance do? The Commissar observes his humble army and says with enthusiasm, Our first ongoing objective is to keep bolstering our ranks by seeking out prisoners who haven't yet lost faith and willingness to oppose our nefarious jailers. Our second priority is to arm ourselves and train. I teach my soldiers the basics of guard tactics in order to mold them into a fully fledged assault unit. Most importantly, we gather information and plot our escape. And the day when we pave the road to freedom with the corpses of detestable Xenos is nigh. The Commissar's rallying shout makes his people square their shoulders, proudly straighten their backs, and respond in a fierce war cry. I require medical assistance. The Commissar examines you critically. You do not look too badly injured, and we are suffering from a severe shortage of medical supplies. Better to save what we have for critical situations. Malice sent me here for your head. However, I have no desire to cause you harm. The Commissar lets out a contemptuous laugh and nods approvingly to you. That scaled miscreant has long since wanted me dead. He craves my soldiers. He forced us from our base to this perilous place. But he will pay for his scheme soon, once my plan is set into motion. It is a disgrace to serve one such as he. You ought to join our ranks instead. Together we will break out of this accursed city. Who are the people under your command? The core of my unit is composed of prisoners from various Strata Militarum regiments and a number of planetary guards. They formed the assault squad that went on a special operation under Sergeant Vigestes' command. The rest are common people who had the misfortune of being captured by Xenos, serfs, nobility, administratum clerks, technomats, void walk workers, monks, anyone who found the courage to take up arms. The only kinds you won't find here are heretics, lawbreakers, and cowards. Trust me, Ignatius, these people can be relied upon. In their darkest hour, they found a source of resolve and faith, and each among them is ready to give their life for a righteous cause. Many already have. What is your escape plan? The Commissar's speech is brief and energetic. Some of our own have captured a small Xeno ship that was moored for repairs at a remote, unused dock. They eliminated the crew quietly, but left the pilot alive to sail the ship back to real space. We can get to the dock through a dimensional portal located at our old base. Was it Sergeant Vigestes' squad that was tasked with capturing the ship? Did he survive? The Emperor protected him, and he did not fail the Emperor. Vigestes is in good health and awaiting for us to arrive. Regrettably, Malice and his Shriekers drove us out and took over the base, so the first order of business would be to confront him there. I propose that you take him by surprise and deliver the first strike. We will support the attack from the outside. The Commissar's plan is bold, and the odds of it succeeding are bleak. However, it seems improbable that anyone in Komarov is prepared for such divisive, covert action from the city's prisoners. So the Commissar and his people have the element of surprise on their side. How have you managed to accomplish so much? Every morsel of intelligence we have acquired and every step of progress we have made was paid for in blood and pain. The information about the dying cabal that dreads entering the docks of its enemies and instead moors in an abandoned area was forced out of captive Xenos. The knowledge of the portal was bought in exchange for 1/2 of all the weapons we had stockpiled. And taking the ship cost us several lives, each of which was worth more than this whole blasted city. I shall join you. The commissar laughs and exclaims approvingly, "My brothers and sisters in arms, a new fighter has joined our ranks. The Emperor's grace is with us. I have other business to attend to. Farewell and keep the faith. The Emperor protects, brother." Alright, I wonder if we can find Pascal now. Well, looking at the time, we're going to go ahead and call it coming up here. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. As always, like, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate that as well. That was a thing with wings that was right there and disappeared. Anyways, again, thank you for watching. I've been Sir Joseph. You guys are amazing. Until next time, stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you later.